is my favorite argument.
Hey everybody, Glad Dad here. I'm here with
Peter Brown.
And what'd you play today?
I played SwordSoul. I just won the Rivals Gaming.
As I say, he just won the Rivals.
Yeah. I just won the Rivals Gaming Photon Hypernova case tournament. I got crazy prize. I got this thing. I got Dark Magician statue.
This is the red one too.
One case of Photon Hypernova. Most I've won in any one tournament, and I love SwordSoul, and I thought it was a really good deck to play because following YCS Vegas, the top three decks I thought were Castria, Labyrinth, and Despia in that order, and I thought that this deck was really good against both Despia and Labyrinth, and it was fine against Castria. And so you just kind of like teched out the side deck for Castria and got there, and so it worked out really well. I did face one Labyrinth opponent, and I crushed him in 15 minutes, and I got third after Swiss, and then I got to the finals. So yeah, I thought it was a great deck choice because it was a hard decision to like what deck do I want to play. Like so many choices, but I just thought everyone had knives out for Castria. I thought it was good to play something else. So yeah, we'll start with the deck profile. Obvious cards are 3 Moe, 3 Long, Utai, all Magnificent Mavens. It's hilarious. 3 Ecclesia, best card ever. 3 Shuna. I mean, it's mostly a standard list. 3 Vishuda, only 2 Adhara. I mean, you can break. This is the one. You can break on this one. You do play Shatana. Shatana comes up a lot, especially because I play Circle, and when you chain Circle to like an imperm or something, you still establish a token. Then you could Ashuna for this and still make a Synchro 8. It's a really good extender. The Graveyard effects are relevant. It's just a level 4 guy you can summon off Ashuna.
I was going to ask how the Shatana did today.
I don't think I ever summoned it, and the level mattered. But
okay.
Yeah, but it never like truly bricked me because just having a worm around is not a brick because you can discard with Long and reveal with Moe. So it's like it's really hard to justify to call it like a true brick. But yes, it is definitely like a low impact. But like in theory, I should have gotten impermed more than I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I faced a bunch of Castria. I faced a Labyrinth.
You faced
a lot of Sprite. I faced 2 Sprite. I crushed them both.
So I know you faced what was Punk Cash, Therion.
Yeah. Sprite was kind of free with this deck. So 3 Ash, 3 Nib, and 3 Imperm with the hand traps. These cards are the only hand traps that really have any value. I didn't play Mourner or anything. Those cards like are blanks. This card's obviously the best. This card is good. Honestly, when you start your turn, not even like using it on them. Like using it on Unicorn is like kind of a prey. But it's honestly best when you use it to negate like something like Baron and then start your turn and kill them. Because this deck is really good at killing in the turn. And the Ash is just like so good for a tournament like this where I was expecting a lot of Labyrinth and Despia. Again, like this deck, I was just hoping to face Labyrinth and Despia all day, and this deck just destroys those. For spells, a little bit order here. 3 Emergence, 2 Circle. Javi, who also played the same deck, played like the same list, more or less card for card. Convinced me to play this. It's like Fiend Lance. I almost played Fruit Lance over this, but this is like Lance at home. This is Lance at home because you are able to dodge Imperm with this. But also, honestly, like one of the biggest interactions with this card is the fact that in the Labyrinth matchup, this will ensure that Boxia lands, and that's why that deck cannot beat you because it's such a good matchup. Because when you summon this card and they have cards like Skill Drain Up, Activates, Chain Circle, Tribute this, shuffle away 2 cards, and they're cooked. It's absolutely over. And so that's exactly why I did my top 4 match, and that's why I beat in 15 minutes. So Circle is just like better Lance. It's like themed Lance. Yeah, I almost played Lance over this. 2 Desires. Another reason why I chose SwordSoul was because it had a lot of room for non-engine. Despia is a deck that I probably couldn't learn in time, and also just has not enough room for non-engine. And this is the kind of card that every single deck just says fine, and that's like amazing. Like it's actually like the first format like that SwordSoul's really had where this card just doesn't really get stopped. Other than Ash, but like it's like some players choose not to Ash this because they want to Ash Engine or something like that, which I think is crazy. But being able to start with 7 cards, you break any board so easily. 3 Eclipse. It does get Ash, but this is the most efficient way to out the Castria board. It's just so easy to Boxia and Baron them and just clear the things that you set. And it's nice to set. You can also dodge Nib a little bit with this. It feels bad, but if you went wide and have a hell of monsters, you could do this on yourself, and that way you can keep your monsters set because they get set, but I mean they don't get flipped, so it's not the best. But the main thing is just it's good for out in cash. 2 talents. This card's like better than ever has been this format and last, and then 1 blackout. Extra deck, pretty standard. 2 Shishao, 2 Boxia, 1 Yazi, Draco Berserker, Baron, Chafang. What my only loss today was to Drytron, and I should have turboed this out more. I just kind of just like didn't really like see a line at the time to make it, but after the fact I saw one, and so this card would have been good against that. But otherwise, this card is meant for beating that deck completely, and also playing around Nib. Cheng Ying, somehow Victor Liu, who played Tier Kosh, made this card more than me, and I'm the one playing SwordSoul. Jisung Longyong, solid card. And then 3 Monk, and Shaman, my favorite card to make, well, the only card you make when you get Dimensional Barriered. And then 1 Lino is the one flex spot that Javi and I played. You summon this when you Nibiru your opponent, because you summon it here, and you crash into it and you add Ecclesia, which is kind of a big interaction. It's also like a fine card to have when you get Dimensional Barrier, because that is like the flaw of this deck is that it plays slightly into the format with Dimensional Barrier, but we took care of that in the side deck. I could have played Zeus over this. I was actually playing Zeus on Thursday when I won locals on Thursday, and that would have been good too, because I did a lot of take with talents, and I played Chunk Card at the time, and taking cards and making your own Zeus over a Rise Star is pretty good, but Rise Star just banishes itself, so it was either this or Zeus, but I mean, this card didn't come up, but you know, in theory it could have. Side deck. This card is by far the best card in my side deck. I play this card in standby phase against Castria. It turns off pot. It doesn't trigger talents. It stops them from going full combo, and it stops evenly matched. And against Tier Kosh in top 8, I ended on Shishao, Blackout, Circle, with Nibiru and Lancey, and he went battle phase and activated evenly. I landed him and he just got cooked, and then he went special Fenrir. I said fine, E-Tele for Yame, blackout both, he just died. So it's just like this card being able to negate evenly match is such a big interaction, and it's so clutch. So this is like by far is overperformed. Yeah, unbelievable card. So 3 Crossart, probably Spice. I mean, this card is good to seize Resurgency. It's the only card in the deck that negates Dimensional Barrier, which is a card that you really die to. I crossed out for Dimensional Barrier 3 times today, and two of which actually like killed my opponent. And it was like so clutch being able to do this. You can also side it, especially in the Labyrinth matchup, for both evenly matched and Dimensional Barrier. So like when I in top 4, I side this in with evenly matched and barrier. That way I check both. Because that's a deck that tries to evenly match you going second, and so it's just such a clutch card. Historically, I never really liked this card because it's limited in what you can banish, but when every deck is siding Dimensional Barrier, it's really good. 2 Dark Hole. This was the last second edition. Out to the cash board. It's really good against Sprite. It's just pretty solid. Most of the time when I drew it today, it was high impact, so I drew in the finals. It was pretty good. Duster for Labyrinth and Sprite. I crushed Eric, who's on Sprite with this, and then went just Shuna and just killed him. And then 3 even match. This card is, you know, better than it ever has been. 2 Dimensional Barrier. I wish I could play a 3rd, but there's nothing else I wanted to cut. I like siding 2 odds also because it's diversity. But it's just good to have this card because it's so strong, and also it's a cross-out target, and then 1 pointer. I guess you could cut this, but for Dimensional Barrier, but this card is also just really good. So that's my deck.
All right.
Again, I thought it was a really good choice for the metagame, even though it didn't perform well at YCS Vegas. I thought that because of how popular Despia and Labyrinth would be, and the card's deck's just so good going second. I thought it was really good. And once you account for the problem with Barrier with cards that cross out, it's just such a good choice. So I was really happy I played it. So, yeah.
Any shout outs or anything?
Shout out Javi. Definitely convinced me to play the deck. Definitely, most of the deck is his creation, or his ironing out, his approval. So I really appreciate that. Shout out to Nomads, Will Kim, Monin. Shout out to Team Zero, Joel, Juan, Matt, Notre Dame boys, Ryan, Chase, Ethan, just all the boys. Just have so many friends here. It's so great. And that's why I love this game. So really happy. So
all right. Well, good job today, Peter.
Thank you very much.